Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our next fundraiser event that we are having right now online for the CNY Rice Center. We are all excited to share our story throughout the 2019 and 2020 year. When we started 2019, we had a lot of wonderful ideas with the CNY Rice Center, but we had no idea that we were going to be ending up in the middle of a pandemic in 2020 and continue our nonprofit activities in the middle of the pandemic. Uh, However, it was wonderful that to know our members really rise up to occasion, and they were able to do wonderful programs online at the same time, still continue to serve the community. So right now, our next fundraiser event happened to be online setting right now through our YouTube channel. So we would like to welcome everybody for this special event. We have a number of speakers lined up for tonight. Uh, Through our programs, we have been serving with our women club activities, weekend academy activities, dialogue activities, and we will have a number of people joining us tonight to share their stories with us. So you are all welcome again one more time. My name is Tim Saka. I am the board president of the CNY Rice Center. Our story has started about 10 years ago. We are mostly immigrant Turkish families in the central New York area, including Syracuse, Binghamton, or Utica. And our main purpose is to be able to initially serve our own families in this area as the immigrant families. Later on, we want to widen our service throughout the whole central area, New York area. So we turned from Turkish Cultural Center into the CNY Rice Center. We recently purchased a building near the south side of Syracuse. And then we start to provide our services to the area with different programs. And we had a wonderful 2019-2020 year. There were a lot of wonderful programs initially in our building and later on the internet. So we have a quick little video right now to summarize our activities, and then we'll continue with our presentations afterwards. So that was a quick little summary of our activities through 2019 and 2020. It was quite interesting for us that when we go back and look at what we have done in a year, we were really proud that there were many different activities and programs we were able to provide for our community. And that is only just a part of it. We still have a lot of other activities we'll be sharing tonight through our Weekend Academy, through our Women's Club at the same time. So we are really proud of our members. During the pandemic, I believe the mayor of Syracuse specifically mentioned, Mayor Walsh mentioned that during this pandemic, one of the most effective groups of people were the members of the nonprofit organizations, because they knew the need in the community and they knew how to help them directly. Sometimes government is not able to go to every single neighborhood and help give them provide and support, but nonprofits play a huge role in this process, and they were really appreciating what the things we have been doing as a CNY Rise Center. And for all these programs we are providing, as you can imagine, we always also need the help financially from our members. We always need some kind of fundraiser activities so we can continue serving our community also. I also want to share tonight a wonderful partnership we were able to build with Northside Learning Center. We are just so proud all the activities they were providing through their center. They are especially serving the refugee families and population. They help with their language classes. They help with the youth for the college prep. And during the pandemic, they really stepped up their efforts, and then they start literally delivering food boxes to every single house who are really in need of the help. When we heard about their project, we decided to give support to them. So we financially, also physically gave them our support. So tonight we are really honored to have the president of the Northside Learning Center with us. And now I'm going to ask him to share his stories also with the Northside Learning Center. So welcome, Brother Mark. Please, welcome to join us.
Assalamu alaikum. May God's peace be with all of you. Thank you so much, Tim. Good evening. As I said, my name's Mark Cass. I'm the director of the Northside Learning Center, and I'm really honored to be asked, because the CNY Rise Center has been such a great partner on so many levels and in so many ways. So it's also great to celebrate with the Rise Center this evening and fundraiser. And so tonight's theme and the center's motto really resonates with me. We rise by lifting others. I think that's completely true. It's important. So maybe we don't pay enough attention to that sometimes, but really is the way that the community gets served, is the way that the community gets strengthened. And in these unusual times we are facing, I was expecting a friendship dinner again this year, and we all need some lifting. And the Rise events are always so joyous and typically delicious. I need to say that whenever I hear from Tim or any of the leaders or members of the CNY Rise Center, my spirits automatically rise. It's because all my interactions over these years have been so positive. The friendship dinners, the community education efforts, neighborhood events. I happen to live on the south side of the city, and so I was particularly excited about the purchase of the property on West Seneca Turnpike and the really respectful, supportive, and inclusive way that the center has, made itself known to, built relationships with, and done a number of neighborhood events as well. You might guess that I believe that newcomers, refugees, immigrants, folks from other parts of the country really are critical to the health of our city and our broader community. And this idea of mutuality is really part of Northside Learning Center's work. We do provide English language classes to adults, serve their children at the same time. And I think we often fall in this trap of kind of a deficit model. We could focus on this one skill that's needed to be developed, the acquisition of English language, and keep the focus there. But our approach really is to understand the many gifts, the experiences, the energy that all of the folks who come to the Northside Learning Center bring. So this is really critical, this idea of mutuality, that we are living together. We can live better together. We can have a better community together. And so that's how we try to live up to that. And I think the CNY Rise Center is a great example of bringing their gifts to community benefit. One of the measures, I've been in the nonprofit arena for a long time, of a quality nonprofit community organization, in my view, is how true they are to their mission, their vision, and their values. And we work hard at the Northside Learning Center, take this responsibility seriously. And I believe that the CNY Rise Center gets a very high score in this regard. And it's not only what they do and the great variety of what they do, but it's how they do it. And again, that's been a real treasure for me to be able to work alongside so many great people. What I've seen is their sincere, inclusive, respectful approach to every one of their projects, their events, and their initiatives. And I've benefited both personally and professionally. As Tim was saying, the center and its leaders and many of its members have been very supportive of the work of the NSLC, of the Northside Learning Center, and the partnership with all of you is really, really important to us. I've also just felt included and welcomed and supported personally in every interaction. One that comes to mind is last year's community-wide EAT event at Manley Fieldhouse. And the meetings, all the planning, I just really appreciate the spirit that people bring. So as I close, I want to encourage you to generously support this fundraising event, generously support with your money, with your time, with your energy, and continue to engage with the CNY Rise Center's activities. And now you'll see a brief video from one of our NSL students whose family has grown with us and enriched us over the past few years. Thanks so much, Tim.
Thank you so much, Mark. It was again lovely to have you here tonight. That we always get inspired by your actions and activities. That when we hear that Northside Learning Center was helping the families in the middle of the pandemic, they were helping families during the EAT time. We always feel encouraged and say we can help them, we can do it together. That which is kind of we kind of feed off from one another all the time, and we really liked our partnership together. And I believe from this a little competition, the families gets the benefit, that they can get a better service and better support. So we are looking forward to a long-time partnership together. I also want to kind of summarize that we are going to mention about this later, but during the Eid tradition, it is recommended for Muslims to sacrifice an animal and then get that meat from the animal and share with poor families and families in need. So we had about 400 pounds of meat that we prepared during the Eid. And then we asked Northside Learning Center, what are the families that you know that would need this kind of help from us? So we brought boxes and boxes, and then we delivered to the families. We also did a similar delivery in the south side of the city from our center, and we did other activities together. So we definitely appreciate our partnership. And as you mentioned, now we have a wonderful student from Northside Learning Center, Fatuma, and she did a little thank you video for us. So let me go ahead and quickly share that with you also.
Hello, my name is Fatuma Matan. I'm a student at the Northside Learning Center. I've been a student here for the past few years, and my mom also comes here for English too. This summer, I was able to participate in 6-week summer college preparation program that helped me build my vocabulary, writing, and practice public speaking. My time at the center helps me to step out of my comfort zone and get ready for college. Thank you to the CNY Rice Center for the help that you provide to Northside Learning Center. Our city is better because of you, so thank you for the help through these years. The best thing about CNY Rice Center is that you help us without even asking.
And we say thank you to Fatima also for her wonderful thank you video sharing with us. I want to remind all our members one more time that if you like to support our activities and programs, you can go to our website, rightcenter.org/donate, and you can donate directly through the PayPal service over there. But if you want to make a pledge throughout the year to say that maybe instead of donating right now, you are able to do in a couple months, please go to other website, rightcenter.org/pledge, and you can write your numbers there. We already started receiving donations from members. We are so grateful. Thank you so much. Right now, within about 20 minutes, we raised more than $2,000. Thank you so much. We had a couple donations from our families and the members. And I also pledge right now myself as the board president that I plan to make a $3,000 donation for the Rice Center myself. And we encourage all of our members to do this, their own pledge as much as they can, or they can donate right now. And I'm also excited to see that we have about 50 people joining us through the YouTube channel. At the same time, we are close to about 20 people through our Zoom meeting. So it is so nice to have about 70 members tonight joining for this special gathering. And we are always happy about getting together and then connected, even though it is online. We wish that we had this event at our center and you could serve some wonderful Turkish dinner for our guests and participants. But hopefully we can do that next year, possibly. So we would like to now go to another part of our program, is that as we mentioned, part of the CNY Rice Centers for Service is that we have a weekend academy for children in our community, and we have volunteers that who are coming and helping them with their mentoring and their classes, language classes, cultural classes. So I want to now invite one of our volunteers, Mrs. Tuba, to come and join us, and she can share her stories and her programs and activities with us also. So welcome, Tuba. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Hello, welcome again.
Thank you. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Tuba. I'm a math teacher. Before coming to USA, I was teaching math in Turkey. Now I'm a homemaker and volunteer worker in CNY Rice Center. Also, I used to work as a teacher at our weekend school academy. I will be talking about some of our activities in the next few minutes. We have both social and cultural programs for our students. We cannot continue some of our face-to-face programs due to COVID-19, but online classes and activities continue. In our diverse community, it is essential to provide mentoring to immigrant youth. At CNY Rice Center, we are proud to mentor our students in language development, cultural classes, or college prep. The Weekend Academy is a school for students who gain skills in culture, language, and values. Students have classes on Saturdays from 10 a.m. To 1-4 p.m. Every month, they had a pizza day before pandemic days, unfortunately. They had field trips, such as bricks for kids learn how to make slime individually and robot by group. And also we collaborated with Circus Zoo In this event, the zookeeper brings some unique animals such as spiders, snakes, and they gave some information about their habitat. And also, they had some projects such as Turkish Olympiads. Let's read as a family journey to our Prophet's life. Turkish Olympiad is related to Turkish dance, songs, poems, and arts. Let's read as a family project is related to Turkish books to improve the students' reading skill in Turkish. The journey to our Prophet's life project is to know the life of Prophet Muhammad's life. They had also gifting activities during religious holidays, recognition and party for students who learn how to read Quran and finish complete reading of Quran. During pandemic days, as I said, they had online classes. And also during online classes, they designed think, pair, share activities and participated youth TV's broadcasts on YouTube. Or our teacher had a car convoy to uplift students and to show their Ramadan pride. Happily, we had summer school with our students, of course, online, and now we continue our online classes. Thank you for listening to me. And now we will watch video about weekend school activities. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you so much also again for your volunteering tonight and sharing the experience with the Weekend Academy. It is such a wonderful partnership with all the members getting together and taking care of the youth, because they're gonna be our future, and they're gonna be growing as the Muslim Americans and Turkish Americans in this community, and they will take you and others as the role model to follow your steps. So we are definitely grateful all the efforts of our members making this academy happen. So let me quickly share that video that shows some of the activities with the students, and thank you so much again for joining us tonight. It was so wonderful to see those happy students getting together and being part of the Weekend Academy. And we want to say thank you to all the volunteers and their mentors and teachers to make it happen. And now we are talking about the students in the Weekend Academy. We actually have one of our young members of this Weekend Academy tonight that she wanted to share her story with us. So we would like to welcome Cemre tonight for our program. So welcome, Cemre. How are you? Cemre, are you there? I think we are having a little bit of a technical difficulty, I guess. Let's see if she's gonna be able to connect to us. While we are waiting for her, I want to also share a story from the Islamic history that as our teacher volunteer Tuba has mentioned about the stories from Prophet Muhammad. During his time, there was a story happened that we know from the books that there was a specific person within the part of the Muslim community in the early years, and he was so poor that he couldn't find anything to eat, and it has been days that he couldn't find anything to eat. Finally, he couldn't deal with it anymore, and he came to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he asked Prophet, like, can you help me to find some food? I'm really hungry. Can somebody share some food with me? And it was interesting that even Prophet himself didn't have anything to eat, so he couldn't tell him to come and join me. He asked his other people and said, is there anybody here who can feed this friend, who can give them some food? And one person raised his hand and he said, we have some food available at home. I can feed him tonight. So he took him home, and they sit down with the family together with the dinner table. And while they were eating, by that time there was no electricity, they were using candles, and all of a sudden the candle light went out, and then they continued eating the dinner while the candle was out and it was dark. And then they came back tomorrow morning back to the mosque with the Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet Muhammad asked, what did you guys do last night? Because God, Allah has sent me a passage from Quran. The angels revealed a passage from Quran praising what you have done last night. That they were God was praising what you did, and they said, what happened? And then and the owner of the house explained that he said that he didn't have enough food for all these guests and his family, so they decided that the food was only enough for one person. So as the owner of the house, they they put out the candle light, and then they pretended eating by just clunking their spoons to the dish, but they didn't take any food, and they only let the guests to eat the food. So they choose their guest hunger over their own hunger, and they let him eat and get full. In the meantime, they went to bed hungry that night, but still pretending to eat so they don't break the hearts of the guests. So God saw that, and it was praised still right now in the Quran that we have the story of these families together. So we always grew up with this kind of an idea when that Prophet Muhammad said, if somebody next to you as a neighbor going to bed hungry, and you are still with a full stomach yourself, Prophet says, you are not one of us. As a Muslim, you should help that family. That is why our motto is, we rise by lifting others, and we want to continue with the same effort and service in the community. So we still encourage all of our members and people with us tonight to make donations for our center so we can continue our services. And I want to quickly also share the link again one more time. It is cnyrisecenter.org/donate. If you go to that website, you can immediately make a donation for us. If you are not available to donate right now, but you can make a pledge, you can go to the cnyrisecenter.org/pledge, and then we can get your contact information and you can make a pledge for the upcoming year. And right now, we are so grateful that we just keep getting messages for those donations. We are right now more than $5,000 with the donations a month. So thank you so much for everybody who is making support for our organization tonight. And let's check right now to see if Cemre is still available, that she can join us tonight. Hello, Cemre, are you there? Hello, Cemre. Okay. It looks like we are still having some technical difficulties. So maybe we can go to the next person in line. She is one of our volunteers also, part of the Turkish community in the CNY Center Society. So I would like to invite now Virginia, that she has a special story that she wanted to share. So I want to ask now Virginia to share her special story with us also.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you again for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Virginia. I want to tell you a pleasant memory about Rice Center. About 4 years ago, Rice Center had a dessert making competition. This competition aims to bring together people from all kinds of ethnic origin and exchange origin. The dessert making contest had 20 groups of participants, 2 persons per group. I was one of the participants. I was fortunate because my partner was very good at making sweet food. She is from Uzbekistan and I'm from Turkey, and we made a good friendship. And the dessert making contest had 10 jury members. One of the 10 jury members named Ruth Johnson Colvin. Ruth Johnson Colvin is the founder of literacy. She didn't know that there would be a 100th surprise birthday celebration soon after. They brought a Ruth Johnson Colvin birthday cake before the outcome of the competition was announced. She was surprised and happy. It was a very, very lovely competition. Everyone was full of dessert that day, but also love and friendship. Everyone left the contest happy. And by the way, my partner, I became a second in the competition by making Napoleon cake. And it was an unforgettable day for me and everyone. And I think that's all. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. I want to ask, what dessert did you make that night?
Napoleon cake.
Napoleon cake. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Again, those kind of situations are like excuses to get together. We do competitions, we do cooking or activities or breakfast, but after all, we want to make this an excuse to be able to know one another and then share stories. So thank you so much for being part of that volunteer program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so let's ask one more time if Cemre is here. Are you back? Okay, looks like we are still having some challenge with that one. So we can go to our next guest speaker. She's also one of the volunteers for our weekend academy. She has been helping with the youth groups, mentoring them, meeting them on the weekends, sometimes on weeknights. Nowadays, they are working through the online programs. So I'd like to now invite Mrs. Kevser with us. Mrs. Kevser, are you here? Okay. Cemre, can you hear us? Oh, there we go. Hello, Cemre, how are you? Can you unmute yourself?
I'm good.
Hello, welcome back tonight.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
We finally were able to get you into the program. So nice to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead now. The whole podium is yours.
Okay. Hello, my name is Gemma. I go to Mott Road Elementary School. I go to 3rd grade and I am 8 years old. Today I will be talking about weekend school. In weekend school, we had pizza day and we had field trips. And in our field trips, we went to Wonderworks. The zoos came to us. We saw really cool animals and we do cool activities. And we also read in our language and we do Chronicum. And when we pass Chronicum, we have Chronicum parties and we read in our language and we write in our language. in our holidays, we get a lot of surprises and good stuff. So that's why I like weekend school.
Thank you so much, Emre, for sharing your stories. So when the zoo came to the CNY Rice Center, which animal did you like best?
I think I don't remember what animal I liked, but I liked all the animals.
All the animals. Wonderful. I saw some pictures that you guys were kind of touching some snakes over there and some other animals like that. It was
Well,
quite interesting.
favorite one was the snake.
The snake. Wonderful. Thank you again for being brave tonight and joining us for the stories that, as far as I know, we have more than about 50 students participating in our weekend academy as the youth group in the middle or elementary school or sometimes high school. So I'm glad you like the weekend academy. And do you like your teachers in the classes also?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much again. It was wonderful to talk to you tonight, and good luck with your online studies. Have a wonderful night.
Me too.
Bye. Okay. Finally, we were able to get Cemre into our program. She was waiting for almost like 2 hours, excited that she wanted to share her story. So finally, we were able to hear her. Now I want to ask and invite one of her teachers, Mrs. Kevser, to join us. So Mrs. Kevser, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
I'm so pleased to have a chance to meet and talk to you here today, first of all. But I want to firstly introduce myself. My name is Keser. I'm 31 years old. I have two daughters who are 7 and 8 years old. I'm originally from Turkey, but I've been for 8 years. Kosovo is a small country in Balkans. Me and my husband worked there as biology teachers during the meantime. Then we came to the USA 7 months ago during the COVID-19 pandemic days. It was really struggling for all of us in the first times. But the best ever thing that happened during these pandemic days for me and for my family is to meet the Rice Center volunteers. I was so excited about hearing their activities in the community, and I especially felt so lucky when I had an offer to be a teacher in Weekend Academy. I am now actively working there as a character education teacher with elementary school students, and luckily both of my daughters are our students too. So they never felt lonely because they had good friendships there. So we are very happy for that. At this point, I would like to have a special thanks to the especially weekend school team that I feel very lucky to have them as colleagues, because each of them are so precious, so well educated and experienced instructors, and I feel really lucky to work with them. I'm so proud of being of this organization. Then other special thanks to the Rice Center that opened its door to me and to my family and let us in to be part of this beautiful community, for having a chance to serve people. I would also shortly talk about our weekend school activities. First of all, we had a great summer camp. Unfortunately, it wasn't in person on-site education, but in online. Anyway, children liked it, enjoyed it a lot, and they spent amazing time together, even in online environment. Beside the main subjects, children had also extracurricular activities such as cooking, handcraft, and virtual museum tours. They were all very funny for all of them. And now we are having our regular weekend school schedule during the weekdays, after school and on Saturdays, with all main subjects and extracurricular activities. And we all keep gaining knowledge and experiences together with children. That's all what I can say about the weekend school. Before I end my words, thanks for your patience and listening to me. And I wish you all great night. Goodbye.
Thank you again, Mrs. Kevser, joining us tonight. Can you tell me about approximately how many volunteer mentors and teachers are at the center during the weekend? Like how many for the groups?
I'm sorry for.
How many mentors and teachers are there helping students in the weekend academy? Do you know the approximate number?
6.
6 volunteers. Thank you so much again, that we are definitely grateful for everything they do, because we know education is the solution to all our problems, that they are the ones that open the gates for our next generation. And I know it is a huge commitment on your part and on other volunteers' part also to spend a special time with those children there. So thank you so much again. You guys are like the angels for the community. I appreciate for all your service.
Thank you too. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. So I would like to remind one more time is that you are all welcome to make donations for our center. Let me remind the link one more time. It is cnyricecenter.org/donate. That you can go directly to our website and make a donation there. You can also make a pledge through our website. And we are still continuing to receive donations that we raised more than right now $7,000 through different donations. We are really grateful for all our members participating and making it happen for us. As you know, for our center, we definitely have different items of cost for us, including the building itself. And at the same time, to run all these dialogue activities or the community reach, community service activities, weekend academy programs, they all need some kind of a financial support behind them so we can continue to make them. So we are definitely looking forward for your support financially for our programs. Now I would like to quickly share some of the community service activities we've done in the year. Because there are things that we do in our center for our youth, for like a friendship dinners or like a law enforcement appreciation dinners and different activities like that. But also part of our main mission at the CNY Rice Center to be an active member of the community and provide service in the community. So let me quickly share some of the activities we have done in the past. Give me 1 second. Right, there we go. Okay. So as the CNY Rice Center, just a year ago this time, we had another fundraiser dinner. And this fundraiser dinner, we thought initially that we want to do it for the Rice Center only, but that was the time that the refugee crisis was really one of the worst level in the Greece area, and a lot of, unfortunately, Turkish families were fleeing Turkey, the oppression over there, and going over to Greece. So we decided to have the 30% of our donations raised during this activity event to be donated to the refugee families in Greece with the help of Embrace Relief. Embrace Relief is an organization built by the Turkish immigrants in the United States. And they do relief programs and activities and support for the after the different humanity crisis. And one of the program was supporting people in Greece, especially Turkish families. So we had a guest speaker who actually had to, as an academician, run away from Turkey to save her freedom in a luggage into Greece through the border, and then she was able to come to the United States, and now she's also helping with our youth and different programs in Syracuse at the moment. And we asked her to be a guest speaker that night, and the funds that we raised that night was a couple $1,000s that we donated to the families in Greece. As I mentioned before, through as our Muslim culture, the Eid celebration is a big part of our Islamic belief. It is the tradition, follow the Prophet Abraham's tradition, that you sacrifice an animal and then you take the meat from the animal to pass to the people in need. So every year we donate about 400 pounds of meat. And we had a partnership with the Northside Learning Center that they distributed more than 20 boxes to different families. Some of the families in the South Side came to our center, and some of the families, we went to their addresses and delivered to them because they didn't have transportation to come to our center. And we plan to continue to serve this every year. There are also some refugee families in the south side of the city. They contacted us saying that they needed some help with furniture in their house or the food in their kitchen. So we collected donations from our members and we delivered to their house. And the children were just excited so much that they were able to have something to eat that night. And we continue to serve these families in the area also. And as I mentioned before, that Northside Learning Center during the pandemic got a grant, and they start to deliver food boxes to the families who were terribly impacted by the pandemic. They didn't have any income and they couldn't have food in their houses. So they filled out a form type of a food they want to have in their house. And then every Saturday, Northside Learning Center was filling up food boxes and delivering to the houses. And we decided to support them financially and give them more money to make those food boxes. Also, we helped them on the weekends. So that was another activity for our community. We also did a multi-family yard sale in front of our center, that we asked our families to donate their items from their home, and then we opened to the community, and we raised more than $1,000 during that event. And we also made those donations to the refugee families in Greece through the Embrace Relief. We are definitely proud of our partnership with the Embrace Relief also, that we plan to do more of the similar activities to provide support for those families. There's also something else I want to mention, that about 4 years ago, we became part of this campaign, Ending Childhood Lead Poisoning in the Central New York area. It was like a small campaign in the beginning, and we decided to do a friendship dinner on this topic, and we invited guest speaker from Washington, D.C., and also we invited the director of the county health department and also some other experts in the field to come and talk about this huge crisis about lead poisoning, especially in the south side of the city. And that campaign pretty much started that night with the friendship dinner. And it just kind of a snowball later on, that there has been a couple nonprofits getting into this campaign. And we got a couple grants throughout the different programs for this campaign. And eventually, a couple months ago, after the friendship dinner, it just became huge popularity in the area. And then finally, about a couple months ago in July 2020, Syracuse Common Council passed the lead ordinance about the lead paint used in the homes in the Syracuse area. It was a huge success. This ordinance came to the Common Council about 6 years ago, and it was denied. But because of this campaign right now, there was so much support behind it. And eventually all the common councilors voted for this kind of ordinance. And now it's going to make a huge impact for the health of our youth in the future, that there will not be any houses legally put lead paint in their houses in the future. So we believe this was part of our community service for the families in the area. And we are going to be continue doing similar programs in the future. And also we have another activities that we are going to be talking down the road right now. But as a part of the community service, we have one more guest tonight who was part of our Weekend Academy throughout the year. But now she graduated and went to college. And now she became one of our mentors for our own youth. So I want to ask her to share her stories with us. So Betil Nur is here with us, and I would like to ask her to share her story with us. Betil, are you there? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Nice to see
Thank
you.
you for inviting me.
It's our pleasure. Absolutely.
Introducing myself first, I am Betul. I'm a freshman at Syracuse University, majoring in biochemistry and following the pre-med track. And I have done volunteering in several places before the weekend school in my senior year of high school. Then I needed 40 hours of volunteering for my government class. Then I connected with the volunteers at the weekend school to volunteer, and I volunteered as an assistant and a substitute teacher with the elementary kids, which was so cute. And after completing 40 hours, I still wanted to continue in that community, in my community actually. and I want to be the part of that family. CMY Rice is not like only a volunteering place, but it's as a family, it's a place full of opportunities to grow, to do better, as the name says, Rise. So, and I was volunteering there, and I'm a part of the youth, still part of the youth. Currently I'm a mentor for the middle schoolers that just graduated weekend school last year. Now I'm continuing with them, and hopefully they will give back to community as well.
Thank you so much, Betil. That it just makes us so proud that when you came to our community a couple years ago, you were one of the high school students that trying to integrate into the society here, attend your high school classes, and then now we just see you as a successful college student at the Syracuse University. And I work at the OCC myself, and I remember you taking college classes during the high school years at the OCC also. And as I mentioned to the other volunteers before, that you are such a great role model for these youth and our children, that they can watch you and say that I can do the same thing. I can, become a doctor in the future, or I can go to the college because she did it. And you can be their mentor in the programs for our center. So thank you so much again for your service for our youth. And we look forward to work together with you for the upcoming years also. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, we are getting pretty much to the end of our program. There is one more guest speaker tonight that we'll be sharing her stories with also. But before I do that, I want to quickly also remind our donation options one more time, that you can go to our website, cmyricecenter.org/donate. And I just got the message right now that one of our members who has a store in the Destiny Mall just made a donation for $750. We really appreciate that wonderful support, that all these donations are gonna be going to our outreach activities, weekend academies, and the ladies club activities we'll have at the center. And if you cannot give it tonight directly, you can make a pledge. It is cmyricecenter.org/pledge. We are definitely grateful all the support we have received tonight. So gracious for all your support. Tonight we have, as I mentioned, one more guest who would like to share the activities that we did with the Ladies Club, because we believe that one of our most special group of our volunteers are the women who did wonderful programs throughout the community. And it was like their way of dialoguing with the other parts of the community. She sent us a video summarizing their activities from 2019-2020. So I'd like to share that story with you also as a second.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Amy Aytenay. I am a member of Central New York Rice Center. I will be talking about Ladies Club activities. This year we focused on Women Empowering Women hashtag, which includes the action of raising the status of women through education, raising awareness, literacy, training, and I will talk about more of this in my presentation. Who are we? We are volunteers at Central New York Rice Center, and our aim is sharing our culture and learning from others to promote a culture of peace through dialogue in our community. What we do, we try to bring people together from different cultures and different backgrounds. We organize activities and talks for women to connect, learn, and grow together. How do we do that? So how do you start a conversation with someone who has different opinion and different background? We ask this question to ourselves, and we say, the food is a great way to bring people together, and we have started Ladies Dialogue Breakfast. Women from different cultures come together around a table and learn from each other. During this breakfast, we talk about common values, we talk about problems we face in our community, we talk about opportunities, we play games, and of course, we taste delicious food. For every breakfast, we share a handmade gift with our participants, and I think our participants really like it. These photos are one of our breakfast. We come together with the ladies in our community. We enjoy the traditional homemade open buffet Turkish breakfast with freshly brewed Turkish tea. We talk about fall activities in upstate New York, and we played games together. Imagine how much you can learn when play a game with people from different countries. We learn a lot about games and about traditions. We invited keynote speakers to empower women in our community by raising awareness and training. Women Opportunity Center kindly accepted our invitation, and Ms. White talked about how to help women to enter the workforce after divorce, separation, or widowhood. We invited Mrs. Liza Saka to celebrate International Women's Day, and we discussed about value of women in our society. We support our community when we celebrate achievements together. Central New York Rice Center ladies had attended the 100 Black Men annual banquet. Community Service Award went to our president, Timur Saka. Congratulations again, Mr. Saka. We cooked and shared. We cooked for wonderful volunteers of interfaith work. It was an honor to share a meal together, and it was a pleasure to serve delicious lunch to the senior community. We have a lot to learn from this community. They are wonderful people. They share their time. They help the refugees in the community. The great people. We hope to spend more time with them. Our favorite season is holiday season. We bake cookies and we visited many places to share the joy. We make many friends. This year we visited soap kitchens, warehouse, community centers. We visited firefighters, libraries. We made lots of friends. We attended Interfaith Harmony Dinner. It was a wonderful program, and we add a leaf to this beautiful community tree. It was an honor to be part of this program. Since one of our goals is to educate ourselves, we organized ESL book clubs at Menlius Library. The focus of the club is helping stay-at-home mothers to improve their English, and they joined the book club with their kids. I think that was very needed opportunity for the community members. We have read many books, more than 20 books in 1 year. And we are also participating in the Women's Transcending Boundaries Book Club. It is my favorite activity every month to come together with these ladies and learn a lot from the perspective of women of many faiths and traditions. Many of the books focus on social issues or the impact of faith in our world today. We organize cooking classes. Our volunteer cooks help our participants to improve their cooking skills. Cooking is very important in every culture. Imagine sharing a homemade soup with your elderly neighbor, and imagine how sharing food promotes the peace and understanding in the community. Cooking also promotes self-esteem, and it encourages cultural awareness. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope tonight you might be able to help us to move forward with these activities in our community to empower more women. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
I'd like to say thank you again to our wonderful volunteer I-10 for summarizing all the Ladies Club activities last year. When I look at back all these programs, I get surprised myself that I was aware of them. I knew that happened, but it was about 8-9 months ago, and I kind of forgot about it. That there has been so many different things they have done in 1 year, so I'm so proud of them. One of the things they mentioned was that we also have partnership with Interfaith Works of Central New York, that they have a senior program, and within the senior program, they have the companions for the seniors. Those companions go visit the addresses of each of the seniors and then provide support for them, and sometimes just be there with them makes a big difference. And they always get together once a month, and they asked us if you could provide lunch for those gatherings, and our ladies club volunteered to do that. So periodically they bring lunch to those meetings, and they sit down and they share their stories, and there's so much wonderful friendships and connections happen and appear during those programs. And we plan to continue making those kind of community service with our members in the future. So we are pretty much coming to the end of our program again. I just want to share that I'm so proud that I just keep getting messages right now that we are getting wonderful support donations. I just received $400 from one of our members in the community. That's going to be also another huge financial support for us to make difference in the community, to make these programs happen. Thank you. We are right now getting close to the $8,000 as a donation that happened tonight. We are also receiving some pledges for the future. Appreciate all the help. That was wonderful to hear those stories from our members. So before I say good night tonight, I want to share our video one more time with the activities we have done in throughout the year. It is hard to explain every single one of them, but we do have friendship dinners. We do have law enforcement appreciation dinners. We have picnics and different programs throughout the year. And our next program we plan to do is normally we call it friendship dinners, that we provide wonderful meal for the dinner, but unfortunately it's going to be an online event. It's going to be a friendship event, and we plan to honor the health care professionals for their heroic effort during the pandemic. So please check our website and see the upcoming events and activities available there. Let me quickly share our website here that you can see how you can support us and donate us. So give me 1 second to make that share with you. If we can get it right here. Okay. So this is our website, that it is cnyricecenter.org. We are having upcoming events and announcements happening in our website. You're welcome to visit here to learn about upcoming events. You can also go to this click right here, donate. And once you go into the donate section, you can donate directly to our center. And then we are a nonprofit organization. So we can also provide you a receipt for your donations. Again, we definitely appreciate all your support for our community and for our CNY Rice Center. And finally, I want to finish the evening tonight with the video of the activities we have done throughout the year. And thank you so much again for being part of this special evening with all our members together. Thank you so much again for joining for this special fundraiser event with us. Hopefully next year we are going to be doing our fundraiser dinner at our center while serving a special Turkish dinner for you. Again, we are so grateful for all your wonderful support. I am still receiving different donations coming from our members. Appreciate all the participants, and we look forward to get together during the friendship dinner as our upcoming event. Thank you so much again, and I want to remind our motto one more time: we rise by lifting others.